If you like Casablanca, then you'll like History is Made at Night from 1937. Jean Arthur plays the wife of a possessive man played devilishly by Colin Clive and is set to divorce him. However, Clyde doesn't want that and sends his chauffeur to her hotel room in Paris to make it look like she's having an affair, which in turn would stop the divorce from finalizing. It just so happens that a thief, played by Charles Boyer, overhears the scuffle between Arthur and the chauffeur and saves her from the plot. Soon the two start to fall in love, but Clive still stands in the way of their happiness. When people think of old Hollywood romances, they think of films like this. Sappy, soft lighting, excessive romanticism, lots of scenes of them fawning over each other, and a big climax that tests their love. And I love it. This was directed by Frank Borzage, the king of old Hollywood romances. I don't know what it is, but every romance he touches turns to gold. On paper, this should be a very melodramatic film, filled with lots of scenes that make you roll your eyes, but it doesn't. I found this to be a very charming story, and I think that's due to the three leads. These are all career bests from Boyer, Arthur, and Clive. I really can't think of any film that I like them better in. And I know what you're thinking. What about Gaslight, Mr. Deeds Goes to Town, or Frankenstein? I stand by what I'm saying. These are the best performances I've seen these actors give. Boyer's so charming. He oozes the Hollywood stereotype of men sacrificing everything for a woman. But somehow this comes off as very genuine, and I can't help but smile every time he cheers up Jean Arthur. I've talked with many people who said that they didn't think Arthur could do drama, but I think this is the exception. Borzage was able to tap into some sort of vulnerability, and Arthur was able to deliver a fantastic performance. We've all known someone like Jean Arthur's character at some point. A woman who feels trapped yet lost in a relationship with a man she once thought she knew. That tragedy just makes the romance so much better. I love seeing her facial transformations. You can't help but become giddy when she finally finds some happiness. And finally, Colin Clive. This man is the perfect amount of sadistic. His motive starts as understandable, but soon spiral into something purely maniacal. Look at his stare. It's the same one as in Frankenstein, but now the stakes are just him keeping a woman. I think that makes his stare more unsettling. By the end, I'm not sure if he even wants Arthur anymore. I think he just wants to win. And when I say win, I say that in quotations. This was one of Clive's last films. He would unfortunately die 3 months after the film's release. Now, I'm focusing a lot on the acting, but the whole look of this film is beautiful. I especially love the restaurant sets. This is how I wish fancy restaurants still looked. Elegant, sleek, and very decorative. For the longest time, this film was not available on home video, but last year, Criterion gave it a much-needed 4K restoration. I immediately picked up the Blu-ray and was whisked away by this torrid romance. I think this film is on par with Casablanca's romance. If that's your favorite aspect of Casablanca, then I think you'll love this film too. Honestly, even if you aren't the biggest fan of old Hollywood romances, give this one a shot. This is one that has all the elements we know, but does them perfectly. You heard me, perfectly.